It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. It's a nice Wednesday morning, and today I have Debra Dennis from CopyPro out of Greenville, North Carolina, and Debra sits on the board of the BTA. The BTA is getting ready to have their spring break. It's in Orlando. Debra, it's great to have you back on. It's hard to believe that spring break was a year ago. A year ago already.
It's crazy, Ray. This year has really flown by, but we're very, very excited about it. It's going to be at the Disney Yacht and Resort Club, April 1st and 2nd. We're really going to have a good turnout and a good event. Thank you for having me today.
Well, it's always good talking to you, Debra. You're out there in the field. You're working hard in a dealership. You're the Vice President of Services. Tell us a little bit about your dealership and what you're doing there in Greenville, North Carolina.
Well, that's my favorite thing to talk about.
There you go.
But at CopyPro, we have Savin and Konica Minolta with also Kyocera printers. We've been in business. We just recently celebrated our 50th anniversary.
Wow.
I've been here 36 of those years. So we're really proud of what we're doing. We see business picking up. It has really for the last several months. Really excited about what's coming down for pipes for us. So love it. Good place to be.
Well, it's been an exciting time. There's no doubt about that. Who are your main OEMs that you represent there in Greenville?
It's Savin, Konica Minolta, and Kyocera.
Okay. Everything going good with the OEMs? We know some of the OEMs are struggling, some aren't. I think we're all in the same, let's just call it what it is, crap about this, supply chain crisis. But is everything okay? You're able to take care of your customers and stuff?
Yes, well, I will tell you, and I think everybody does know, as you mentioned, obviously equipment, supplies, particularly from Konica Minolta, has been a delay. We were very lucky. We had a strong inventory on hand. So, we have had some backorder situations, but working with our customers, working with the manufacturers as much as we can, possible, to get them taken care of. We have not experienced some of the backlog and back orders that other dealers have. But I will tell you, this dealer community is so strong. We get phone calls. We've made phone calls about, can you give me this? Can I borrow this? And your barter and trade system. And it really is a great time to be a part of this organization, because in troubled times, we all come together to help each other.
That's really interesting. And a lot of times people forget really about what the BTA really was built for, almost 100 years ago. And it was a place for independent business people to get together to kind of protect their businesses by being united. And they could go to the OEMs and they could bring up concerns. The BTA has had a lawyer on staff for a long, long time, Bob Goldberg, who helps dealers with things. And, and I think people just kind of forget about that. But during COVID, it sounds like that really came to play where the unity came in more and more, and you guys were able to go back and forth with each other and share resources. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I would not have wanted to do it in any other organization, because it is a tight-knit group and we help each other out.
So tell us about the Orlando event. Who are we going to have there? What's going to be the big takeaway? What do you think?
All right, well, some good things. First of all, I wanted to tell you, I know because you spoke for us last year, and you just always do such a good job, and thank you for supporting the BTA. You will remember the struggle we had last year with having to speak with masks on.
It was terrible. I truly appreciate it. I was honored to be there, but having to wear that mask on stage talking to people was kind of bizarre, to say the least.
Well, people still love to have you there and have you speak, and you did a great job in spite of that mask.
Well, I appreciate
that.
But
the good news is the mask mandate has been lifted at Disney for outdoors and indoors. There are some, like on the monorail, you still have to wear a mask. But for our event, for guests that are fully vaccinated, no mask. So that's great. That's great. So start off with that, because that was a big challenge last year. But it kicks off April 1st, April Fool's Day. So we're going to go kick off that morning. We're really working this year in conjunction with IBPI. So for the first half of Friday, we'll have both of those groups together.
Great.
We're going to start off with breakfast at 8 o'clock. Registration opens up at 7:30. 9 o'clock is when we kick off the event. We've got David Ramos, who's the Chief Strategy Officer for Visual Ed. Visual Edge IT is going to be talking about their managed print services strategy. So he's going to bring to us some of the things that they do to make their company successful, and how to build the right teams to set up and process managed IT services. Okay. So that'll be a good one. Our keynote is going to be really our second address. And I'm really excited about this one. We have talked forever, since we've been going to Disney, about having a Disney cast member or somebody from Disney come in and speak for us.
Okay.
And we've got a gentleman by the name of Louis Gravant. He's 30 years with Disney. And one of the things he's often referred to as the guy who can take the Disney service experience and actually push it to the outside. So he's going to talk to us about how to take our organizations and really give that wow factor, so that the customer feels it, the employee feels it, because he tells us how you really can know when you're given that wow factor and everybody enjoys it. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, you know, Deborah, they say your remarkability will save you a lot of money in your marketing. So that'd be that should be a really good event. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, me as well. And then we got to certainly have lunch that day. Some of the other speakers that we've got, TAG, the group from TAG, Brian Stewart, Dale Stein, and Mike Audrey, who's the president of Automated Business Solutions. He's going to be telling us how to eliminate a bad hire forever. They're going to tell us about aptitude tests, personality tests. So really, they're going to talk to us about how to bring the good in and how to push the bad out.
Okay.
That would be great today from a personal standpoint as well.
Sure.
But they're going to talk to us about how to do it in our business. Our friend Wes from NextEra BTA is going to be looking at the data trends to help us improve our bottom line. I think this is going to be really interesting because he's going to take the last 18 months of data that NextEra collects and talk about the A3 to A4. What does that look like? The pre and the post COVID volumes, and really to discuss ways about how we, as dealerships, can use that information to improve our bottom lines. That's going to be a really good one. Luis Gonzalez, who's the founder of Sales Scorekeeper, he's going to talk about the sales compensation model, because we all know as the industry is changing, we can't necessarily look at the way we did compensation in the past. Sure. Now that we're changing to a device as a seat model. So he's going to talk to us about how that new sales compensation might look like in the future. And so that ends out the first day. We're going to have a reception out on the marina, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. Great time to network without masks.
It's going to be awesome in the nice weather. Yeah. No snow, no ice storms, no stuck in the airport, hopefully.
Absolutely. Last year we had to network with masks on, so we won't have to do that even outside this year. We'll be able to really socialize and get those hugs in that we have missed so much.
Well, I can't wait for it. And it goes the first and then it ends on the second, right? Does it go the whole day of the second, or it ends halfway?
Half day. On Saturday morning, so don't have too much fun Friday night, because obviously we'll start early. We've got breakfast that's going to be included. Troy Harrison's going to be there. Going to be talking about lessons he learned from his dad, the race car driver. And he really brings about the information that he and his dad worked together with, when they raced stock cars. He lost his dad in 2015, but obviously, as we all know, the things you learn from your family, your father, you take with you for the rest of your life.
Sure.
And he's going to talk to us about the lessons that he learned around race car driving, and how that can be brought into our dealership. Says they're going to have some fun too, so I'm looking forward to that. We might not be racing stock cars, but I'm sure it'll be a great time.
We are in a race for relevance, though. There's no doubt about that.
That is true. We absolutely are in a race. And then our final presenter is Rick Lambert, who's the founder of Sell to Win and CEO of Into Communications. I think this is something that everybody will really enjoy. It's our last session, but it's LinkedIn to Win. And what Rick is going to do is really going to supercharge our performance with looking at the #1 platform, which you're on there all the time, Ray, is to really how to take LinkedIn, and it's the #1 platform for business to business, and how to take that into our dealership and really ramp up the content that we put on LinkedIn. So really, it's going to be a great event. We end around 11:30, so we've just got the 2 sessions that morning, but we'll have plenty of time to network with sponsors, network with each other. We're going to have at 11:30, we're going to have the drawing for prizes. Our sponsors always give good prizes. We'll have a drawing for that. And then also with the attendee ticket, you're going to get a half-day ticket to a Disney park of your choice. So awesome. That's a great value. So we're really looking forward to everybody attending. BTA.org if you haven't signed up.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there, so I'll finalize that decision today. But Debra, it's always great having you on. I can't wait to go to the BTA meeting down there in Orlando, and I know you got the big national ones in Chicago this year sometime in June. Yes. But it's always a good venue. You guys do some great things out there, and I think I want to thank all the sponsors of the BTA, because these sponsors out there have been sponsoring the BTA for 100 years, some of them. Obviously companies change names over time and things change, but there's a lot of good people supporting the BTA, and a lot of times they're kind of unrecognized other than their
Yes.
logo sitting on your website. And so I just want to make sure
Right.
everybody realizes that, hey, the BTA wouldn't exist without those sponsors. Debra, fantastic, and I'll see you in Orlando, because both of us know this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo. We'll see you all down in Orlando.